control shells. We've seen even Dak Baden hang out in his deck at Grand Prix, New Jersey a little while ago. You felt that he had the best Treasure Cruise deck. If you were trying to exploit Treasure Cruise, Ely was doing it. And he's kind of doing the same thing here. It's a lot of the same philosophy. Still with cards like Monastery Swift Spear and Dig Through Time, sort of replacing Treasure Cruise.
If you've never seen Ely play before, not only is he skilled, but his decks they're beautiful in their own sort of way.
Yeah, a lot of miscuts, a lot of beta.
Yeah, he is a collector through and through. So that miscut Fluted Delta, you're not going to see those very often. Here's a Brainstorm from Key. He'll draw 3 cards. Ponder is a 1, Hymnatoric is a 2, Abrupt Decay is number 3.
And Ely's another player in these kind of long or potentially long Delver games where the stacks get intricate and you have to sculpt out a game plan of what you're going to play around, what you care about. Ely has demonstrated numerous times that he knows what these games are about.
Indeed. We don't see him a ton, but when there's a Legacy tournament to be played, you will find him, and you will oftentimes find him at the top tables. Verdant Catacomb is going to be sacrificed for a Bayou. So after all the shuffling presented is done, play will resume. Key will draw. See a Daze in hand, among many other options here for Rong.
I don't think really anything proactive going on in his hand.
Doesn't seem to be. Ponder's not a bad place to be, though. Take a look at 3 cards, will Key. Going to consult the grip as well. Fabiano picking up a win this round, just been reported. So that's big for him. He was 2-0-1, now 3-0-1, so able to overcome that draw. Kassis with no land to play, so he just passes the turn back over to Rong. Here's a Deathrite Shaman. See Kassis' hand. Plenty of answers to that. A couple copies of Lightning Bolt, a Forked Bolt too.
Yeah, he can afford to be pretty liberal playing a Spell Pierce here because he's got so many burn spells.
There's the Spell Pierce.
And Neely's actually probably pretty happy that this occurred because again, he can just fight over this next turn if he wants to.
Because he's going to sacrifice his Polluted Delta. And the thing that's unique about Ely's deck is he's playing Blue-Red Delver this weekend. 3 main deck copies of Dig Through Time. So you would typically find Treasure Cruise in that spot if it were legal. It is not, however. We're going to see another copy of Lightning Bolt go after Deathrite Shaman at the end step. Perhaps this will get dazed. It will. It seems as though Kassis is happy with all these exchanges, however.
Yeah, particularly if he's trying to set up Dig Through Time. If he's only got the 2 lands, he's probably pretty happy on the balance, getting these dazes out of hand.
And what you didn't see in Ely's hand, he actually has a copy of Blood Moon in hand, so perhaps that's what he was trying to set up. Okay, you use your free counters on this stuff or your cheap counters. I peel a land, I Blood Moon you. This game is over.
Yeah, it's a lock here.
There's Delver.
The Sword-Side Delver deck can basically counter it. They can Abrupt Decay by floating mana that turn, but otherwise, it's over.
Once it's in, it's over. There's land number 3. And it's funny because Ely has 3 Volcanic Islands in play, so if it's Blood Moon, well, all he's left is with red mana, but the Sword-Side Delver deck can't cast anything.
Yep.
So who cares?
Yeah. Ely, I'm sure, he's got 2 islands, and he's got Monastery Swift Spear.
Good
so
enough.
he can win the game with Blood Moon in play.
Yep. Will he try to cast Blood Moon this turn? He does have a Surgical Extraction in hand, maybe to get a little look. He's going to go with a Dig Through Time, it seems. A miscut Dig Through Time.
This is another card that is good enough to draw out a counterspell, most likely.
Indeed.
And if it does resolve, it probably allows Ely to find some way to push through the Blood Moon.
The Dig Through Time is obscenely powerful.
Yeah, you can tell Ely's in a good spot in this game because there's been numerous spots where you say, okay, if this resolves, cool, and if it gets countered, cool.
Yep.
It's happened over and over again.
And that's a great spot to be in.
Yeah, that's where you want to be.
Dig Through Time done resolving. 5 will go to the bottom. 2, of course, will go to his grip. That was on his main face, so he'll pass the turn back. Delver's Secrets, are you flipping? You do not appear to be. So just an innocent attack for 1. Kassis will go down to 16. Key will sacrifice a Misty Rainforest. This will resolve. Key perhaps maybe a little scared of Stifle. Not going to find any of those in Kassis' main deck this weekend. Not after sideboard either. Hypnotorac. Doesn't appear as though Kassis has a counterspell for this.
They had an opportunity to take Force of Will last turn and did not.
Yep.
So I think this is going to resolve.
Now, Kassis may have some interest in a response, a card like Submerge or Lightning Bolt. He's going to cast Submerge here.
Still taking signups for today's Modern Challenge that starts at 3 o'clock.
Again, what's so interesting about this is another situation where if this resolves, cool. If not, if you counter it, that's cool too.
Yeah, and Kay has some sense that could be the case because Ely did not cast that Submerge in response to the fetch line activation. He could have just killed the Delver of Secrets for no mana.
Blood Moon and Surgical Extraction bite the dust. So no cheese wins now.
Well, maybe.
I guess True Name is still kind of cheesy.
Yeah.
There's a Wasteland. See you later, alligator.
Get 'em.
Yeah. Pretty good Submerge.
Yeah.
Don't have to worry about days now either. Jeez. True Name? Is this it? Yeah, that's going to do it. That's it. Ely Kassis is going to win this match here over Key Rong. Blue-Red Delver will take care of Sultai Delver, 2-0. Kassis off to a great start. No buys for him.
Yeah. Key with no answers to a Resolve Trinity Nemesis in the 70. There's one copy of Liliana the Veil. Maybe didn't get brought in. Not very good against Ely's deck, generally speaking, so wouldn't surprise me. And with a handful of nothing, no blue mana, drawing Delver of Secrets, he's just going to let that one go.
Great sequencing.
Great sequencing.
And what makes Legacy, there are so many things that make Legacy great, but something that truly makes it great is you have all these decisions at the opening turn to the game. You just have a lot of decisions to make very, very quickly. Everything costs around 1 or 2 mana, and how you sequence everything is what's going to lead to victory. We saw patience displayed last match by Matt Costa against Jessup, and here Kassis just picking his spots very well.
If you walk into the end of a Legacy game or